morning. I was out in California for a while, but now I just got back to Michigan, and I got a whole bunch of concrete work that I'm going to be doing this summer. A lot of my own work, so there's going to be a lot less curb work this year. I'm doing mostly residential. I'm not really doing a commercial thing anymore, so maybe here and there if I get some commercial jobs, but in the future, definitely. I'm working on a few things right now. I got a couple big meetings that are hopefully gonna work out. And yeah, so I'm heading to this. We got a driveway today that we prepped, and you'll see it in this video. It's like 60 yards. It's freaking massive. But we're gonna pour, I think, about half today. So see you on the job.
So we are going to be removing all of this. And all the way around over there. Big job. It's a little secret I'll let you guys know about this backhoe in a second. That's why people don't use backhoes, but there's a reason we use one. I'll show you why. Big job today. All the way down here, and then the whole wraparound. Probably be done probably 3-4 days, probably 3 days. First job of the season back. Thank God they didn't want the porch done. Leaving the steps. 60 yards. All the way down. Now the reason there's so many forms is we do 2-inch expansion paper where the joints would be, so we did expansion joints on all the forms, and you just strip as you go. It's more work, but the shit never cracks and it lasts forever. And then we hit the Dago stick on all this with no straight edge. Putting electrical for the light for the basketball court. Now we got to install the drain pipe from the back. All the way up and around. Almost done prepping. Start pouring tomorrow. do the edges. A lot of people ask me why we shake it like this after the Dago stick. It's to make sure we got all the voids and to make sure it's flat. By shaking it like this, you fill all the voids underneath, and with the expansion joints, it's impossible to get a crack. You pretty much never do. You need like an earthquake to crack this. But we're in Michigan, so we don't really get that. Here I am getting ready to run the trowel on the driveway. Now, a lot of people, even in the unions, okay, because I've done a lot of stuff with as far as concrete. I've traveled all over. I've poured out of the country. I've poured the East Coast, West Coast, different states, did skate parks, built houses, a bunch of stuff. What they tell you in cold states, do not trowel the concrete. In the union, they don't allow you to do that because you'll get spalling in the wintertime. Well, that is a myth. If you don't know what you're doing, then yes. But here, if you want to get a nice, fine broom finish, get yourself a trowel, a Fresno, is what they call it. And we use a heavy one. It's a good size. It's about 3 feet long. And after you float, run your trowel and let it sit and do your joints just like you would like a float on the pole, just like a funny float or whatever you guys use to take your lines out. We use a trowel. We've been doing it, like this guy that I'm helping out has been doing this for 40 years, never gets any spalling. His stuff never cracks. This is who I learned from way back in the day. And then I went on to go do a bunch of other things and do commercial and do all the hand curb that you see in the videos and parking lots, etc. All types of stuff. So I just wanted to get as much experience as possible as quick as I could. So I'm telling you right now, if you want a good finish in a cold state, and if it makes you a little nervous, just do it on a small job and see what happens. But I use Fresnos on all my jobs now, even though like we get winter time, it doesn't matter. Just use it right after you float, you'll be good. You won't have no spalling, and the main reason is because you're brooming it. You're opening it back up, so it's not going to do anything. Like, well, that's the engineers talking, saying, oh, you're going to get this and that problem, whatever. It's going to start peeling off and whatever. It's not true. Oh, here is my guy, Emilio, the guy who taught me concrete. When I seen his house for the first time, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life way back in the day, 10 years ago, and I was like 10,000 square feet, paid for on the lake, had everything you could ever want, house in Florida too. I was like, yep, I'm going to do this. And then I didn't even know what a 2x4 was, but this dude, I got a lot of respect for him because this dude is 70 years old out here Dago sticking 60-yard, 80-yard driveways, troweling garage floors, basement floors with me, raking, foreman. I mean, he's probably got another 50 years left by the looks of it because he don't get tired. And he just goes and goes and goes. So that's why I wanted to show you guys. Now, I do all my driveways like this too. I use this Dago stick because you'll see what he does here. He kind of gives it a little shimmy. Make sure you fill all the voids. It also eliminates a person. Like if you're screeding, you don't need two people. You'll have a raker and two guys screeding. He has one raker in himself, so another guy can go do something else, or you just have one less guy on the crew that you got to pay, so. But after he does that, then you come and float it and do your thing with the float, and that's why we shake them, we shimmy them both, like I was saying earlier. Three trucks today. 3 trucks tomorrow. Done. 4 days. Beautiful. 4 days.